Tell me what you see when you look at me. Do you see another brother lost in these streets looking for his soul?
Trying to find my soul.
Or do you see another brother searching for lost souls in these streets? A street soldier.
Street soldier.
Here to help you get that chip off your shoulder, warm your colder days and sober your drunken ways, and find a way to help you get over these hurdles placed in our path. And this is not meant to amuse you. This is for all those who have questions but are afraid to ask.
I won't be afraid. I won't be afraid. No. When times get hard, you lose your way. Open your mind and hear what I say.
This is a message for the hard and the soft. To those who tune in weekly and to those who keep an eye out for 8 p.m. on Sundays and turn their radios off. The truth hurts. The cloth has been pulled. We're walking around half dead. Use this show as your IV. Alive and Free is a new movement. We've achieved self-destruction. A street soldier promotes self-improvement.
Streets couldn't be no colder, so I gotta be a soldier. It shouldn't be this hard for me. Even when it seems so hopeless, I gotta keep my focus. I'm glad to be alive and free, yeah. Streets couldn't be no colder, so I gotta be a soldier. It shouldn't be this hard for me. Even when it seems so hopeless, I gotta keep my focus. I'm glad to be alive and free, yeah.
Okay, we're ready to go live and free radio. Live and free radio, Street Soldiers. The crew's ready. Black History Month. We celebrating hard. We're going at it hard. We teaching. We dropping knowledge. What they call it in the 90s, dropping science. That's what they used to say. And it's been good. It's been good. It's been good. It's really been good. You know, the shows have been great. A couple of themes. Remember, first week we talked about the importance of, starting Black history, not with slavery, but going back to Africa. If you're going to do this thing, go right to the beginning. Last week, we looked at a particular period in time in Black history, what I consider to be the most recent time in history, and that's the, for lack of a better term, I call it the crack cocaine era, and the damage that it did, and my suggestion for things to do as we move past that. And actually, I had a long talk with the young people about that, and they actually came up with some suggestions, which I didn't write down. I have to go write them down. They're still on the board about how to recover, because I'm calling this period in time recovery. And they were great. They were really, really great, and I really appreciate them. The one thing with young people, you can have great discussions with them. Now, I said we got the Urban Heat Academy. We got Keno Carson in the house. We're going to talk to them a little later about their annual event that's coming up, and just stepping in particular, stepping in general. Stepping is a big deal. It's a big deal, big deal. But we'll get to them in a moment. But I thought what we might do is, Lady Estelle has been working so hard with the young people at Alive and Free Omega Boys Club, trying to give some, impart them some knowledge, about Black history. And, I said this actually in a paper that you read, Larry. What bothers me is, of course, these, and I've already been invited to speak at 2 or 3 of them, these Black history, quote, presentations, right? These Black history presentations. And, you bring in a guest speaker, but I don't know, that might be the only thing they do all month. And the question is, what do you learn? Are you learning anything? So, we want to teach them something and have them walk away at the end of the month with more knowledge than they had before, and hoping to have sparked their curiosity to learn more and more. So I'm into a couple of weeks now, ladies. So we've been at it. You've been at it. I can't hear you. Thank you.
Yes.
Remember, you're on. Yeah.
Yes.
So I thought what we might do is just pull a few of them on the phone. In fact, let me give you headphones so you can hear, okay? And ask them what it's been like. They're getting, and they getting, look, like, how can I say this? We only got, they're on a fast track. Is that the way I want to put it? So we like, how you someone say, ladies,
Expediting the process.
Expediting the process. I was gonna say jamming it down their throat, but
Very good.
you say expediting the process, which is a
That's
whole
much
lot
better
better.
than
We
jamming it
all
down their
tied
throat.
up. We're all tied up. Yes, expediting the process. And see, you'd be a good student in her class. See, because if I say jam it down their throat, she would say to me as a student,
No,
Dr.
not
Marshall,
jamming
can't
it
you
down
say that a better way? So yeah, yours is nice. So I begged and begged a few of the young folks from Alive and Free to come on tonight and just tell us what they have picked up so far and to see how things are going. So I got we see. So we have right now we have Imani, Hadia, and Camilla on, and we're gonna start with them. I got couple more, but we'll start with them and just see how it progresses. And this is the way these. Oh! They already said hello. Who else? So who are Brianna? You know who I have so far?
Okay, well, my name's
Are we all
Camilla.
on? Or
Wait, y'all can't talk all at once. Slow down. Stop.
Oh, okay.
Hold up. We gotta do this. Who's on line one? Do you know? Imani's on line one. Okay. And
Okay.
who's the other voice? And so we got
Camilla.
we got Imani and Hadia on right now.
Okay.
And I think Camilla's on hold, right? Okay. We got all three of them? Really? All of them?
Yeah.
So first, let me say, Imani, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hadia, say hello.
Hi, everyone.
Camilla, say hello.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Oh, aren't they so polite? I like this. So, Mr. Stell, you want to say hello to your say hello to your teacher? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to raise my voice. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Hello, ladies. It's great to have you on the show. Thanks for being available.
See how calm she is? See how calm she
It's a
is?
pleasure.
See how calm she is? So, yeah, it's been like, 2-3 weeks since we started this. And while we one at a time, when we start with you, Imani, just so far, just how have you felt? What have you learned? Do you think it's worth it? Maybe where you were in the beginning. Let's get a statement first of all about just what it's been like for you as you've plunged into the study of Black history. We'll start with Imani. Go right ahead.
Well, first, it's been like it's so amazing because, I didn't grow up learning this, this other side of me and, where I really came from and who I really was. And so I love it. I love it so much. Just obtaining the knowledge that I have so far within the 3 weeks, and that through one day within those 3 weeks too. And I so appreciative of it.
So when you say this other side of you, just explain what that means to folks.
Like the African American side of me, like, where our descendants came from, and like you said one time that we are descendants of kings and queens who were kidnapped and sold.
Yes.
And
yes.
like I only knew the history of when we were slaves.
Right.
I didn't know anything past that.
Right. So you're of mixed parentage, right? So you knew more. You know more about. I think you have the Caucasian side and your black side, and you didn't know anything about the black side.
Not really.
Yeah.
Like I only knew like basic stuff, that we learned in school, like Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay.
and Rosa Parks and stuff. But even then, it was so like sugar coated. Like I didn't know really what they had to go through.
Okay. So we're gonna move. Imani, just say how old you are, real quick.
I am 18 years old.
18 years old. Okay. Hadia, just not any facts that you've learned, but just what's it been like so far as you have plunged into this story of Black history?
Okay. Omega Boys Club so far has been an amazing experience as well for me. I've learned so much about my ancestors, and I feel like now I have like this passion of learning more, and this is what makes me like keep coming every Tuesday and Thursday, not only for the scholarship, but just to learn and about things that my schools don't teach me, and I just started learning about like things that are happening in the world, and about my ancestry, so it's really good information.
So, and Hadia, how old are you?
I'm 17.
17. All right. We're cooking. And last but certainly not least, And I got somebody I couldn't get on, so honey, I'll get to you. Don't worry, okay? Because we only got 3 lines here. What did you call it? Camilla, just say what it's been like for
Hello.
you. Hello. This is the one I take
I'm
home.
Camilla. I'm 18 years old, and for me, it has been a very great experience learning more about my history, making me feel more comfortable about being a young Black woman, and I'm just very happy about it, and I just keep learning and gaining knowledge, and yeah.
So what's Mr. Stella? Anybody can answer this one. Just don't yell. Maybe I have to designate because you're not. What's Lady Estelle like as an instructor?
She's
I
tough,
think
but she's great. Oh, sorry.
honestly, I think that well, I actually like when I have strict teachers because I feel like they push me to like a level that I'm not really on, and that's why I like like how we're not allowed to like talk in class, and I'm so used to talking in class when I'm at school. So when she tells like no talking, like I'm challenging myself to see if I can like really do it and to like listen to other people. And I think she's cool, to be honest.
And
I enjoy the criticism. I actually like you telling me what I'm doing so that I can correct myself. So it's actually a plus.
you all right?
I enjoy actually having that extra push in my life, someone constantly in my ear telling me like, yo, like, look, you're not doing the right thing, or like, look, we're going to learn this together and we're going to get through this together. And, because I always love having that extra push in my life.
So
And she's that push.
yeah, what is her nickname? What is her nickname, everybody?
Mag
Mac
Blaster.
Blaster.
I hope everybody heard it. What's your nickname, Lady Estelle?
It's Mac Blaster.
The Mac Blaster. Okay, so you can see what they have to deal with, but pressure makes diamonds. Okay, so let's open it up, and we'll start again with. And you don't have to say it all. But you might just, as we start to peel back the onion here and delve into this, what have let's name something that you've learned, anything in particular. I always like to say things that made you go wow, but just a couple of things that you have picked up as we on your early journey.
I think I've really picked up on the life skills, like the I forgot what you called them, but like never let your circumstances dictate.
You're talking
The
about the
coachisms.
coaches.
And-
No, but I'm specifically talking about the Black History part. That's something else that we've learned.
Oh,
But something
okay.
you learn in Black History, yeah.
Well, it's been like a whole lot, like to obtain, like a whole lot of knowledge to obtain right now, and I'm like constantly like wanting more, to learn more about this, and
But you got to name
One thing
something
that-
that you've learned.
huh?
Name something that you've heard.
All right, about Martin Luther King Jr., I learned that he had $53,000
That was the amount of the money that he won for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
$53,000 that he turned back over into the civil rights
Yeah.
movement. Right, but that was
He
we
didn't
talked
use any
about.
of it to himself.
Hold on.
Okay.
She
I
said,
thought that
hey,
was so wonderful.
go ahead, Mrs. Stell. Go
You
ahead.
know.
So we talked
He-
about
he was
Dr.
very-
King.
She's talking. and
Okay,
you're talking.
so we talked about Dr. King in January, but for the last 3 weeks, I think we started out Black History Month, and you guys got together and you talked about what you knew in Black history, and then you were given a quiz. And I don't know if there was anything on that quiz that really stood out to you. Then after the quiz, the next week, we had
I don't want you to tell them. I want them to tell us. Okay.
the next week we had another activity where you rotated around from spot to spot, examining and analyzing, and then from there I popped in a video. So now, what of those things during that time frame really stood out to you and got your attention? Like, whoa, I didn't realize that. Really?
Okay. Okay.
that our ancestors didn't worship animals.
Mm, mm, mm,
I always thought they did.
I always thought they did.
And like,
Right.
yeah, they they did it. It might seem silly, but I always thought they did. They, and that all our gods, like, are pronounced with the ah sound.
Okay. All right.
And
Okay.
that really stood out to me.
Okay.
And about how what was really interesting was when they calculated and wrote down the stars, where the stars were at with no telescopes.
Yes.
And yeah, I thought it was
And
pretty
what did they
amazing.
develop after they were able to examine and chart out the stars? What did they develop?
It wasn't in a map or the zodiac sign.
Oh, there we go. There we go. They develop. Okay, so
And
Go ahead.
ladies, so this for us, how far back does this go in time?
oh my goodness, we're talking about
Yeah.
thousands of
1,000
years.
years ago. Okay, let's move on. Hadia, anything for you that's in these first 3 weeks that stood out?
Okay. Something that really resonated with me is I learned that Africa was called a Kibulon,
Yes.
which is an ancient name for Africa,
Yes.
which was originated from the African Moors, and the Moors occupied northern Africa and southern Europe. And in Arabic, Akibulon means the land of the blacks.
Mm.
I also learned that the Nile River is located in Africa, and it flows up, not down. So that's kind of unusual because most rivers flow down. And I also learned that Egypt was called Kemet and Sudan was called Nubia, which means black.
All right, that's not bad. Camilla,
Hello.
did they
So,
steal all your stuff? No, go ahead.
No. They mentioned it a
She
little
got her
bit,
computer out.
but what fascinated me the most. Oh. Okay. Hello.
Say it again. Go ahead.
Okay, so what fascinated me the most was that Egypt is the Holy Land, and we're very connected and spiritual. I learned about how we can, to map out the land, we planted seeds, and you see a lot of like Africans dancing, and it looks kind of nature, like they have their seashells and stuff, and it's just like the rhythm, the nature, like the rhythm inside of us, of nature. And also I learned during the lunar period, my ancestors, they calculated time by the stars, which I think that is very intelligent. Like you're just using stars to calculate time. That was just amazing. Also, I also learned that Africa is much larger than it appears on the map. It's actually that Europe, India, and Asia can fit inside of Africa.
United
I
States
just learned
too.
a lot. Yeah, United States too.
Yeah.
And I just learned a lot of interesting facts I didn't know. All I used to hear about was slavery, and so that's what I thought it was. And to hear that before slavery, that our people was very spiritual, and they was able to enjoy themselves, and like all this murdering and all this stuff that's going on now, it was unknown back then. Back then, everyone was with each other, and they were able to get along and support one another. So I'm just very thankful that I was able to learn all this knowledge about my African ancestries, because I didn't know any of this before.
How has this made? And we just obviously we just starting, right? We went right back to being right to commit. It's like year 0 to 1, in your birth. So we went right back to the beginning, because many people, we would say that may have been the best time of all. But how has this made you feel, each of you, just sitting in there, and then you're in a class full of young people? And I'm gonna tell you, literally, how many folks we got in there, Mr. Stowe, you think, on
About
Tuesday?
50.
50. I mean, it's packed. I mean, and this is school after school. So it's not like these 3 young ladies are in there. They're in there with a whole bunch. How has this made you feel, just each of you?
This is Hadia. I feel like, I don't know, I feel so much more like intelligent. Like I feel like I'm actually getting somewhere with my history. And I don't know, I just really like it. Like, I don't know. I just feel like everything that we learn and all the facts that we learn is so deep, and I feel like really inspired to know more.
I just love going to class.
When I wrote the piece, in fact, we read it last week. A couple weeks
I'm
ago.
in the BC age.
Oh, the BCAC, I did that. We didn't even get to that one yet. They get to that later. But when I wrote the first piece on how I love Black History Month and how we can do it better, my suggestions, my whole thing was what it did for me and how much it changed me. I felt just like you did. I had this. It was almost like a transfusion. I've never used that word before. It came into my body when I got all that history and it led on. It just opened the door. So I love hearing you say that because I know what it did for me and it focused me. And I said I wouldn't even be doing this if it wasn't for that knowledge of history and knowledge of culture that I got. So to see you on the beginning of the journey, sitting there. I mean, we go late. We go literally what from 5:30 to 10 o'clock, right? And her class is from 8:30.
Sometimes 10:30.
Yeah, 5:30 to 10, and then her class is 7 to 8:30, and it's concentrated. It ain't no joke. It's real school. And Lady Estelle is like the Mac Blaster teacher, and to keep all of them focused and moving forward, and it's just so. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And to say I can't wait till Tuesday night, literally is I mean, how many people want to go to school? Right? Seriously, how many want to go to school? What are we gonna learn next? What are we gonna learn next? What are we gonna learn next? And you guys are great.
What's the next coachism?
Oh wow, we're gonna have to bring you back on and do the
yeah.
coachisms. All right, well, all right, nice. We'll get to that, but we're just gonna concentrate on history.
So I'm just gonna leave you with because I don't know if he's gonna bring in some more.
Yeah.
But it's so important that you really pay attention and catch on to and hold on to the information that you're given because it will change the way you see yourself. Mm-hmm. See, you need to know that your ancestors, the great philosophers that are taught in schools and colleges, went to Africa to learn, to get the information that they brought back to the United States and to Europe. So your ancestors were the beginning of the great teachers and because they influenced and taught our Greek philosophers, Socrates, Aristotle. All right?
Amen.
And when the Moors went to Europe, they also spread knowledge. The Moors went as well.
Yeah. Well, you're on that journey. It is just fabulous. We're gonna bring you back at the end of the month. In fact, I may even bring you back at the end of maybe another half hour of the show to see how it goes. But because there's another young lady that didn't get on, I want to get her on later on in the show. But I just, I got to thank, this is something we put together literally Thursday night when they were there for the college prep class. And I said, wouldn't it be great for you to come on just to let folks know how the journey is because the ones that aren't learning anything, the ones that just have a Black History program with a guest speaker, you're missing it. You're missing it. That is not even close. That is like we gotta do something for Black History Month, so let's do something. They're being done a disservice. And even if I gotta go speak at one, which several I gotta do. But what you're getting is the beginning of the journey. And thanks for showing up. Thanks for being there. Thanks for being wonderful. Thanks for everything. And I'm getting the finger that not the finger. I'm getting the sign that we gotta take a break and let you go. But thank the three of you. I'll see you Tuesday night, ladies.
Well,
so
thank you for having me.
All right.
Thank
you
so much.
Thank you, Dr. Marshall.
Love
It
you.
was a pleasure.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Love you too.
Okay. All right. I'll see you Tuesday. Thank you, y'all. Okay. Ladies, still last
You
word.
Tuesday.
Okay,
Thank
no, we'll see you Tuesday.
Okay. Your babies. All right.
If you haven't been to a step show, then you don't know. And when you don't know,
So let's go back to the beginning. I mean, some folks are listening for the first time,
right?
and I always assume that somebody just turned on because people call and say I'm listening for the first time. It's a wonderful show. Where have you been? So we've been around. So let's go back. When did this concept come up? How did you get into it? What made you take this on? People come up with ideas all the time, and it's just an idea. But to bring idea to fruition is a whole nother deal.
Right.
So, give us the history.
Well,
the Keno Carson history.
People don't know college is hard. You have to be dedicated, but there's also aspects of it that's really, really fun. And people don't understand the history behind things. So when I left the Bay Area and I went off to college,
where'd you go, first of all?
I went to Northern Arizona University.
Okay. Yep.
And when I got to college, I realized that, there were people that came from places just like I came from, and you can do it. and it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of life that I didn't know about. So in the streets, we have this persona
Let
that
me back up. You came from, let's say where you came from, the high school you went to. Let's give everybody
Okay.
the love, right?
I'm obviously Oakland, California.
Everybody don't know that.
Oh, so Oakland, California.
I know.
Yeah. Fremont High School,
Yeah.
graduated. I don't know if I should give you a year though. I'm still young.
That's okay.
It's all right. You don't
For
have to-
Fremont.
Fremont High School, and then
Stop. You know what I didn't know?
What?
I walked into your office.
Yeah.
You was a baller. I mean, serious.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I was blessed.
Well, tell folks that. This,
Well,
you know,
yeah,
just
I
because
got
I
an
was like,
opportunity.
I know you was all that.
Yeah.
You got a little I know you don't want
Football, basketball, track.
Yes.
Got a couple of
She
records.
didn't know that.
You didn't? Yeah.
The boy had pictures everywhere. Like I said, damn, man, you an eight-star athlete? What?
I got a couple of rings and watches.
Yeah.
This
Rings and
Yeah,
watches.
got a couple. I got a
No,
couple.
that was great.
I
to see,
don't know
man.
what that means. I don't know what you mean when you say rings and watches because I've
Um,
got a couple of rings and watches and I don't play basketball or baseball. I mean, you know, I did a little bit, but not. I didn't get any rings and watches after I finished playing, so I don't know what that means.
Championships, accomplishments. I got a few accolades just from breaking certain records, from being an outstanding athlete.
And see, I'm saying at Fremont High, he's a legend. Okay, but he doesn't lead with that, and that's what impressed me. Because usually when somebody's an athlete, the first thing you know is, I'm an athlete. I
play
did
ball,
this.
yeah.
I play ball, and I didn't even know that. Right? I walked in, you know, and that I think more than anything that showed me a lot. I mean, I think I knew the person you were anyway.
Right.
But you know, I mean, first thing athletes do is flaunt. You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So man, I just
But
want to put that out there.
that also
because you
inspired
didn't put
me.
it out there. Yeah.
Being an athlete inspired me as
Yeah,
well
yeah.
because a lot of people, we just are only concerned about the, who steps or who what is that?
Mhm.
Like there's other things you can get involved in, and what happens to our kids who are not into athletics?
Right.
How can we get them involved into other things? And this was another outlet for kids and another way for colleges and young college kids to be able to connect with them and support them and just have them feeling inspired when they walk out of the building like, I can be them. Most of the kids who've been on our step team and our step shows have graduated and are members of organizations.
I'm gonna take it back to you. When did you first get involved in step in your way of school in
Oh,
Northern
my
Arizona?
goodness.
When
Well-
was it exposed to you? Because I know, and I mean, look, we all know in here,
Right.
but you don't see this. You don't see this going to high school. You don't see it, and this is before the movies came out.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It was
you know,
before
Stomp
Stomp the Yard.
it wasn't there. Like so, the first time I saw it, I was like, whoa,
Right.
yeah. You got to go to college to see that.
It was
right? Before
college.
the movie.
I was kind of like
Absolutely,
the Stump the Yard.
absolutely.
I was from Oakland. Like, I don't stepping. Ain't that like cheerleading or something? I don't
Like the
cheerlead, bro.
That's the dance team,
Right,
right?
I was
At
like,
the
I ain't-
football
I'm-
games.
I'm not doing that. And then I started learning and learning the history and learning things behind it. When I went to a step show, it was my first time was in college.
Mhm.
And I was like, wow, this is what they do? Oh, this is all. I want to be one of those guys.
Yeah.
And then I started relating, and they were like, oh, you want to be down with us? So I'm a member of Omega Psi Phi
Right,
Fraternity
right,
Incorporated.
right.
And it was me learning the history and
Yeah.
me learning how we give back to the community and
Right.
support. And that's what I teach.
Right.
That's good. You
Yeah,
teach.
yeah.
But
And that's
That-
where you see it.
that's where I saw it.
You
Yep.
go. I remember the first step show, and it was, and I remember my first one, and and it was a competition.
yes.
Between the fraternities, but it was a friendly competition. It was wonderful, and I was
Right.
like, damn, this is tight.
And it's love. Like it's even though it's a competition, it's love, and that's
Oh,
what we're
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
get them to see. It's love, but
Yeah, yeah.
we come to win.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, everybody. Well, it's like basketball. You come to win, right?
Right,
I mean, everybody,
right.
you come to win, but you come to show. So, yeah. And then the movies came out, and people are familiar with Stomp the Yard and so on and so forth.
Right.
So, when did
We can get it to the younger generation, then they would be more inspired. They will be inspired to attend college. So my
I
whole
got it.
MO is to get someone to look at something and say, "Oh, I want to go to college. I want to," whether it's through STEP, and a lot of people want to go to college to play basketball. Then after they get there, especially from low socioeconomic communities, then after they get to college, then they realize I need to start making sure I do something with my life. So if I can get people to be inspired to go to college by any shape, form, or fashion, that's my whole thing. And to get them to further their education, it doesn't have to be a 4-year, but I really want kids to understand that, for our youth to understand, in 2016, you need something higher than a high school diploma now.
Got to keep moving.
You know, you can't.
Got to keep moving.
Yeah, I mean,
got to keep moving.
So how can I get you motivated? You know, when you see people out there and they doing other things, you know, you see an athlete, I want the money. That's inspiring to some people. But how can we get you inspired? So what happens is we get these Greek organizations that come around and be like, we love you. We care about you. We want you to learn about yourself. We want you to know that you can do it. And it's a different motivation because they see it. And it's up close and personal.
When did you put your first team together? How long
My
ago?
first team?
Yeah.
Oh,
you personally.
my first team was 2000.
That long ago?
Yeah,
Okay.
2000. They're all adults. Grown.
They're adults.
Yes.
They were adults. When did you start working with young people?
No, I started working with young people in 2000.
Oh, in 2000.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was in Sacramento,
Mhm.
and then it just started, it started snowballing from there. Traveling with that team, and when I saw the impact, and they were like, "Oh, I want to be that. Oh, I want." And when it made my job of taking education and making it important, they became motivated to, to really take their education seriously and to really aspire to be something, something on the larger scale. And I'm just thankful to have people support me, and that includes all those elements, from mentors such as yourself, coaches. I feel loved. Really, I do.
It takes the village.
It does.
When the kids are surrounded by a healthy village, everybody wins.
Yes.
The problem is that the village been sick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you don't have sick. You're gonna have healthy fish. You got healthy people. See?
Right.
And
Right, it is.
No, it ain't more than the water. Believe me, if it was just the water, it'd be different. But it's getting well.
Yeah.
And we promoting the wellness. We promote the good things. And this event is so great because there's no drama. It's all love.
It's all love. It's so much fun.
It's
like
unbelievable.
People be like, "Do you need extra security?" No, I don't.
No,
We don't even.
no,
we barely need these two.
No.
We're good. This is not that event. And
It's a community event,
Right.
and you got parents there. You got see, when you got all that, you don't need nothing.
no, because
You got right thinking people doing the right thinking thing for the kids.
And
they'll tell them, don't do that, boy.
right,
It's been a long time when another parent can say something to somebody else.
right.
Right? Remember that
Without
day?
somebody, who you
When your
talking
mom,
to?
You ain't talking to my child. No, you tell him. That's the way it's coming back.
Right.
Because that other stuff didn't work.
Because let my mama get a word from anybody.
Go on, lay yourself.
So I just want to just chime in real quickly, briefly, to let you know the impact of the work that you do and what it has on the young people, specifically Jalen.
Yeah.
The work ethic that comes out of the kids you work with, her work ethic was high-powered,
Right.
okay? Organized, structured, systematic. She already had the determination. I mean, for her going to college, it was an easy transition.
Right.
Because her work ethic was in place. And that's one of the many gifts that you give your kids.
And I'm gonna say this in a nice way. She had to overcome a lot of obstacles.
Yes, she did.
She did not, and there wasn't a lot of support.
Right.
People can interpret that,
Right.
right?
However they want.
So she needed people to push her. She needed champions
Right.
outside of the home. Is that a nice way to put it?
Right.
And
Let me say this too. She's gonna be at the Best of the Bay,
I'm
and
sure
she's
she
on
is.
the panel
Oh.
of college, and she's bringing a crew, and she's like, "Oh, I'm definitely gonna be there."
that's like Dr. J judging the dunk team.
Right.
You
right.
better be good.
She's going. Yeah.
The dunk contest.
She's gonna be there doing two things. She's gonna be as an honorary judge, and she's also gonna be there on the panel to talk to the kids about college and her struggle. The thing about Jalen is I didn't allow for her to use her situation or circumstances as an excuse.
Don't let the
We don't-
circumstances dictate your behavior. We
But
follow the
Mr.
same
Carson, I
thing.
had this. I understand that,
But we
but you
can make
still
it,
owe
baby.
me for being late.
We're gonna make it.
So, and
Gonna
she
make it.
used that, and now, whew,
The work ethic.
In
Right.
the words
To
of
see, that's right.
we gotta go to break. In the words of Earth and Fire, you a shining star. All right, we gotta break. Keno Carson, Urban Heat Academy, Best of the Bay Step Showing competition, February 27th, 2016. Be there. We're gonna give you more information. We come back. We got the coaches, and one I really want to have a conversation. We'll be back. All right. You know, my mind is just, I'm thinking about stuff. The Best of the Bay Step Show Competition and Youth Conference is February 27th, 2016 at Oakland Technical High School. Yes, I'm promoting, blowing up the event, and I ain't getting no money, so it must be good. I'm doing it because you need to be there. It's great. It's beautiful. It's grown. It's the third. Folks are coming from all over. It's just, you know, I'm just thinking of the recurring themes, Ken, that I've heard young people say. We ain't got nothing to do. Well, I'm giving you something to do. Okay, we ain't got no place to go. That's nice. I'm giving you some place to go. That's nice. It's all good. It's all love. It's wonderful. I'm giving families, not just young people, families a place to go to see the best of the Bay Step Show.
I got you on Snapchat, Doc.
Yes. Ooh. Come on, Doc. Okay. We're going to answer all of those questions. We're going to answer all those questions. We're going to answer the questions. We're going to tell you how it goes down. We're going to tell you all that. We've met the creator and founder, Keno Carson, and with us now are three of the coaches? Three? Is it three? Just two.
3 coaches and a founder.
Oh, you just support. Oh, you just support. Well, we're gonna give you some love. You can get in here too. Yeah, of course. Not everybody coming here got to say something. Okay. All right. Two of the coaches. Why don't the coaches introduce themselves? And no, let's start with her. She can introduce herself first. Ladies first. Go ahead. Come on, girl. You on the radio? We ain't got no dead time.
Hi, I'm Xavier Adams. I'm a math teacher at Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh High?
No, Martin Luther King Junior High School.
Really?
Yes.
And that's in
Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh?
Yes.
You're a math teacher? What
math
grade?
teacher.
What grade?
I teach 6th grade.
Really?
Yes.
I taught math for 18 years.
Nice.
Middle school.
Awesome.
That's a real job. People understand.
It's a real job. Just getting them to like math.
That's right.
That's the part.
Look, if you can get them to come back the next day and make them excited about math, girl, how long you been doing it?
This is my 5th year teaching.
Really? So have you seen it? I didn't mean to go this far with it, but have you seen people come off and come back and tell you? That's the best thing about it.
Yes. I have a lot of students who tell me that they love math because of me.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Good for you. All right. And who is this? Uh-oh. Who is this gentleman sitting to my left?
What's up, Street Soldier? This your man, Kareem Irvin. And yes, it's still Please Say to Irvin in 2016.
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
He's back.
You funny,
like
Doc.
You never lie. No, I'm fool. I know. What's up?
Hi, Lady
What's
Estelle. It's good to
man?
see you.
Good to see you, man.
You got the frizz going on tonight.
I do.
What's up, Doc?
Man.
Talk to me.
I'm good, man.
All right.
Well, there's a lot of things I talk about.
It's so weird hearing my voice again. Oh, man.
So talk about your role. It's not things we can talk about, but talk about how you and Keno hook up.
Let me tell you. Hold on.
How did this happen, man?
I'm about to break it down. I'm going to give you about a good 10, maybe 15 seconds. I can break it down in 10, 15 seconds. So, I got a love for stepping.
I know you do.
Fraternity Incorporated, Memphis, Tennessee, University of Memphis, 3-time national best step champions, all of that, right?
Damn, you dropped that smooth.
Yeah, moving forward. But I always had this goal of teaching step to young people because I know, and like I said at his show in December, there's something magical about it. It's something that takes over you. It just happens to you when you're in the audience or something. Whether you're a part of it, and when you're not a part of it, you want to become a part of it and you want to figure it out. So I was always been working with teams, and so last year I did my scouting thing. I showed up to the Best of the Bay last year.
Oh.
I was ducked off in the back, incognito, all by myself. Sat there, watched the show, right? Because I knew I was in the planning of developing my own thing. I didn't even know at the time who my team was going to be, what the name was, where they were even at, right? But I wanted to come. I supported the show, and I watched, and I scouted the teams. So I saw Miss Xavier, who's going to get on the mic in a minute too. And I was just excited about the energy because in Memphis, Tennessee, I had taught a high school team how to step just off the whim, and they ended up winning the city championship, not once, but 2 times in a row. And that's when I said, man.
Now, y'all understand, stepping down south is like.
Yeah, right. And
down south is like.
And I knew I had
a
gift.
You ever been down south? See stepping down south? It's a whole different. Whew. It's like hoop. I mean, it's like,
man.
yeah, it's.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah. I'll go that far. seriously.
It's like your child gonna have to get a hotel room for the night if they don't come home with the W.
It's like the band at a black college. How's that?
Right.
It's like it's like that.
It's serious.
Yeah, for real.
So
It's like you can brag about. You don't be bragging about on a football team. You brag about being in the band at Grambling or playing the Ford A&M. It's like stepping is like that.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So
So
I
the fact
was-
that he won 2 times city championship. I'm
Right.
sorry, bro. Yes.
Yeah. So I ended up linking up with a young man, Dominic Anthony, who works at the Boys and Girls Club here in San Francisco, the Willie Mays branch over there. And he was able to bring a group of girls together. And initially, I thought I was going to work with the young men. But we see a struggle out here getting young men involved in things like stepping and everything, but that's okay. So I had never taught young ladies before, except for like at the Omega Boys Club, but never had like my own like team I had to get together. Oh my gosh, Dr. Marshall. Let me tell you, it's been
I
a
don't know what that means,
process.
but
We formulated the team, Future Youth Leaders, FYL, over the summer. And I didn't bring all the numbers with me. Over the summer, they just worked so hard, and I had planned a showcase show that ended up falling through. Very disappointing. They worked every day in the summer, 3 days a week. I would get off work, catch the muni bus up there. I had to catch the bus to Oakland or Hilltop at the time as well.
Wow.
Getting home some nights close to 10 o'clock. Had to get up and get up at 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning to go to work and do it all over again. I was dedicated. The show fell through, and then the show came through at Emeryville, Covenant of Worship. And I was like, my girls need an experience, Mrs. Stell. They got to step. And they worked so hard this summer. They got out there, Dr. Marshall, and they won the step show.
all right now.
$1,000 at the step show.
Oh, they won money
They
too.
won
Not
money
just a
too. They
title.
won a big
Oh,
check, right?
And
And
that's a whole
so
different
they
deal.
stayed with it, and the parents stayed with me with it, and we've been practicing ever since. We're getting ready for the Best of the Bay. They stepped at the Black College Expo yesterday, and my God, I haven't seen them step like that in step practice. So I don't know where that came from yesterday, but I was so thankful for it.
Because it was the big dance.
Yes.
It was showtime.
Man, and you said old school is coming back, and I won't say any names, but one of my parents, that old school spirit came through her yesterday. Her daughter didn't want to get out there. She's looking here. I didn't drive all the way out here.
That's what I'm talking about.
And when I heard
That's
that,
what I'm
I
talking
said,
about.
oh, this girl getting on stage today. And man, she got on stage and she stepped her life out, and it was just amazing. I'm so proud of her. And I will say, Jashana Jordan, you did an amazing job. Carlise Black, you're amazing. Marsha Jackson, you are awesome. Jalen Stevens, girl, I see you out there. Great job to all of you. And Lynn J and Josephine, come on back. We need you. Best of the Bay is coming.
Oh, man. That's great.
Shout
man.
out. So
That's great. That's great.
this is who we are. We're future youth leaders, Dr. Marshall.
How do the three of you guys work together? I mean, how does this help? Esperanza, come on in here. How does that whole thing work? I mean, you're the coach. Are you to have your own team? You have your own team? And
Yes.
Is that how it goes?
And we're competing against one another.
Yeah. Oh, damn, man. Oh, yeah. Okay, brother. The brother is a gentleman. I gotta watch him, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes.
Yes.
How does it work? You have your own team? That's
Yes,
fine.
we all have our own teams, and we will be competing against one another. We inspire each other, definitely.
Now, how long have you been doing it?
I've been doing this since I came out here in California 2012.
First of all, where'd you go to school?
I went to Hampton University.
You went to Hampton. Hampton. They just got a
HBCU.
lacrosse
Go
team. I
Pirates.
saw that on TV.
Yes.
Yeah. Hampton. So you from back there or you from here?
So I'm from New York, and then I went to Hampton University.
That's where I detected that little
You hear
East
an
Coast
accent?
accent. Just a little.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm tripping. And you went to Hampton, and how'd you
Yes.
get out here?
My husband is from San Francisco.
Okay.
So I moved back here with him. I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I've been doing performing arts my entire life, and this is just a way I can give back. So,
You
really
know, and
excited.
let me just say this. I'm actually, it's funny. I'm on the Panhellenic Council, right? I'm my chapter's representative in the Panhellenic Council. And I just think it's wonderful. You know, we got a Q, we got a Sigma, we got a Delta. And, you know, there's nuances to each of, you know, what we bring to the table. And to see that, I just think it's tremendous. I mean, again, folks don't know. let me just say, so I'll start with Stomp the Yard. But see, and then what was the second one that came out with the second one that,
It might
and
have been
Tina, you
Stomp
might
the
tell,
Yard, too.
well, what was Stomp? It may that's what it was, Stomp the Yard too. But a lot of that ain't stepping, right? A lot of that's not
Right,
stepping. So
right.
that Chris Brown jumping in there, following. I mean, a lot of it's
A lot
hip-hop,
of it
man.
was dancing.
Yeah, a lot of it's dance. It's not stepping. So, and there are parts in there where stepping is there,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm glad that the original steppers, which are the frats and the sororities,
Right.
are getting to showcase their stuff with because that's just wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, that's good. Who can explain that?
Stepping is a rhythm using your hands, your feet. You're making beats.
You probably have to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
kind of
did
like
you see
drumming.
the movies? Did you see the movies? Okay. Yes, it is a choreographed routine, but there's so much,
It
hip-hop
originated
dancing
in Africa. So
yeah.
so technically, yes, it originated from dance. However, it's a little bit more. It's synchronized. Formations. It has like an army type aspect to it. So it's pulling from everything.
You'd have to. You'd have to see it. If you see the two side by side, you can tell the difference. I mean, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. God, it threw
And
me
if
off,
you
man.
ever try to do it, you will understand the difference immediately.
Oh no.
I'm just saying, you
could
know
do it.
immediately the difference between the two if you.
Yeah, you could do it. If you joined a fraternity or sorority, you could do it because that's almost mandatory, right? I mean, because it's just part of the heritage, It's part of the thing. Yeah, you want to say something?
Yeah, I
Irvin?
want to say because this is like really huge. This is a growing culture that Mr. Carson is leading here in the Bay Area. It's one of those things, and I'm so proud that we are all early on the front lines of it right now because it's gonna take off. It's going to be that thing that parents and different schools and community centers and places want their youth a part of. And when you come to the show, you're going to feel the energy because not only are we coaches, but we are teaching them high level steps. Like nobody on this panel, and we have another coach, Jeff Katz, who's not here with us today. Everybody is teaching at a high level. And these young people are going to get out there and, oh, Lord, it's going down, Dr. Marshall.
And I'm just gonna say, just because I know the organizations they represent, even though I know them personally, they teach them a whole lot more than stepping. I mean that's the activity, but it's just like when people talk about us, live and free and educated, and you're a violence prevention organization. No, somebody point out your character development, integrity, all that goes with it. All of that goes with it because they're good people, and when you're around good people, that goes into them. Right. And to be part of these organizations, you got to have your head on straight. First of all, you got to be college educated, right? And so there's a whole lot that goes into just being part of these organizations that are transmitted, and you're really doing it for them. You really, really are doing it for them because you want to see them grow and develop. And so I'm not surprised, when the step-stool competition happens, that the things that happened before that, because you're pointing them on. They're just using this as a bridge to greater greatness. That's all it is. And so I think folks ought to come just to see all of it. Yeah, you're gonna be. Hey, I'll tell you
February
what. Hey, I'm gonna
27th.
tell you what. You go. Would you go? You go and you. Well, you better look quick, okay? And you represent. You represent street soldiers there, and come back and give us a report. We're gonna designate you. I'll pay for your parking. No, I ain't gonna pay for it. I might even buy you lunch. Damn, I'm going crazy with it. Brianna, go too. You go, Bree? Brianna, you go too? Ask me as a lunch paid for. There is definitely a limit, okay? Don't get crazy with it, all right? No, I really want you to see this. Bree, Larry, you should go too. Where's Larry? Larry, he gone? Okay. No, you should go and see it and come back, and because it is the best advertisement is being there and seeing it. Yes. And my thing, it's the it's the way our community should function.
Yes. The energy is amazing.
Yeah.
You just feel so good after.
Yeah.
We had one in December.
Because it's a family. It's a family affair. It's great. Go ahead, Ken.
Well,
Jump
one
in.
of the things, and I didn't say this earlier, is we got our host is such a great host. Henry Lincoln brings everyone together. He immediately kills those stereotypes and that attitude that society brings us in with and makes it family immediately. We start honoring those who are in the building, who are our elders. We start making sure
that's
that
what I'm talking about.
Right. We start making sure our national anthem is sung. He makes sure he brings the kids up. What school you want to go to? What college? The energy immediately with Mr. Lincoln, Henry Lincoln, immediately makes us feel like, oh, this family. And we're not, and the competition piece, but the family, like all of us are coaches that are here, we are like all looked at each other and said, look, we use each other to help our kids get better.
That's it.
Because I'll definitely
That's
say,
it.
hey, that other team is going to be ready.
That's it.
So this is what I need you to do. So just bringing that family in and not making people feel like it's me, us against them and them against us. It's like when they come out, everybody's high-fiving and hugging, and it's so much love. And the energy level, like she was saying, like Coach Xavier was saying, it's through the roof.
We had a few weeks ago. We had the spoken word artists here. We had just 4 of them. And Irvin, you would have loved this. And the beauty of the whole spoken word, it wasn't a competition in that sense. It was, I'm doing my thing, you doing your thing, everybody's doing a thing, and we got mad love for each other doing our thing. And it was beautiful. It was just, the whole model is, in order to elevate yourself, you got to put somebody else down. And that ain't us. That ain't us. And that's the way this day is. It's really, and that's why, to me, it's important that it's wonderful as a Black History, because it's cultural upliftment right there. And when you're in a place like that, you want to be there again. That's why I'm so glad that this thing is continuing, because it must be tough to continue.
I got to put this out here.
Yes, sir.
As Dr. Marshall, you run a live and free program. You've been doing it for umpteenth years. When you come to the show and you see the teams on stage and you become inspired and you get that warm, fuzzy feeling in you to want to start your own, we're not going to tell you this is easy. And we're not going to scare you either. Right? This is some. Let me tell you a store that I've become familiar with in doing this. It's called Michael's. It's an arts and crafts store. I make my own shirts for my girls because these shirts out here. So I'm up late night ironing letters on the shirt, names. How you spell this girl name again? Good luck. Okay. Oh God.
You have one of them with apostrophe. Some girls got 2 apostrophes.
I'm
now.
hanging shirts on hangers.
You can't get Michael apostrophes. All right,
man. So let me tell you, it's a lot of work that goes into it because I wasn't about to be out of. I got bills to pay. I'm making y'all shirts. He was like, "Can we get Timberland boots? Timberland boots. You better draw a tree on that shoe and let's go."
That's what makes it. That's what makes it all that love. So yeah. Really go 10. Go. Give me a report. Yeah, I'll buy you lunch, but I'm gonna give you a limit. Okay. All right. Anything else you guys want to say about this? You want to get in and support? So you hadn't had a chance to say anything, and we're gonna find out, tell everybody who you are, and okay.
All right. Well, my name is Lauren Adams. I am the sister of Xavier Adams, who's the coach over at Martin Luther King Junior High or
sister.
Middle School. Yes.
Older sister, or younger sister.
I'll let you determine that.
No, I ain't gonna do that.
Let you determine that.
Get in trouble
since you put me in the hot seat on that one, I'll let you determine.
I'm
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I got.
What they say, black don't crack, so it don't matter, right?
It
don't matter.
It really don't. Look at here.
I see
put
you.
the camera right here.
Yeah,
really
that's GQ.
Yeah, it don't.
That's GQ. That's GQ.
Bring her back. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, just briefly, I did want to say that I'm in total support of, bringing this aspect of Black culture to the Bay Area. I am a graduate of Hampton University as well.
2 Hamptons.
Yeah, 2 Hamptonians. We're always in pairs. We're never alone. But no, just seeing the culture of stepping at Hampton University's campus, and then even being able to go to other campuses or in the surrounding areas, and just like she said, the energy is so high energy. You get a sense of camaraderie with people that look like you. And again, it's one of those aspects of Black culture that sometimes gets lost.
Yes.
And it's sometimes fascinating to me that for Black people, most of us haven't seen stepping unless you went to a historically Black college or university. And so I love that California is starting, or these group of individuals are bringing that aspect of Black culture to California. It's important for our kids to see that. It's important for everybody to see it, but in particular because that is such a part of, like she said, African culture and even African American culture. And it must be seen. Light has to be shined on it in order for it to continue, because it can get lost if we don't continue in that tradition.
Or
so
let me throw something else out. And this is, I hope people take it in the right spirit. Somebody else can take it over.
This is true, and it happens all the time, all the time.
And you'll forget that it was yours.
Oh yeah, well, I mean,
with
even
blues and jazz, we know that happens.
Listen. I mean, well, if you even look at Hollywood has found stepping, even with the Stomp the Yard 1 and 2, you see how they tried to kind of infiltrate that, and they made it their own. They really didn't give you what stepping really is. You know what I'm saying?
Just do
right. Didn't even touch on that. And so it's so important that we have our hands on our stuff before someone else tries to mold it and change it into what they want it to be. So I commend all three of them and the other coach that is in here as well. I hear Xavier all the times, I gotta do this for the step show. I gotta, get my girls their routine tight. And she works so hard. Mind you, she told you she's already a teacher. She's a wife. She's a mother of 2 little boys. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a lot that goes into it, but that also shows great dedication to what it is that she's trying to bring to the table. So again, kudos to all of you guys, and for you all here, Street Soldiers, for giving them the opportunity to shed light on something so great and so grand about who we are as a people. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
You said a lot.
I said, I didn't mean to.
No,
that
ain't bad. No, that's a good thing. You said a lot. That. I mean, I'm feeling good.
I'm glad.
I had my young people on earlier talking about they weren't about Black history.
Oh,
see, this is just the way. Yeah,
that's how it should always be. It should
I
always.
love from another college educated.
Absolutely.
African American.
Absolutely. We have something to say, don't we? Absolutely.
Michelle, you would love this, Barack. When you get out of office, come on by Street Soldiers. I'll bring you home. You know what I'm saying? I know you ain't.
He'll
in the
buy
bubble
y'all
no
lunch,
more.
right?
I buy him lunch. It's just, you get to find work, man. You just, you the architect, the creator, Somebody was actually telling me, someone listened last week, and they really said, man, you so uplifting. He just said that to me. He said, Doc, you so uplifting, what you're doing, yes. And this is just an extension of that. So, bro, mad love, man.
You know what? And I just, like was said earlier, I'm just, fortunate and blessed to have people like yourselves, to have Alive and Free, to have Street Soldiers, to just support and get behind. Because that's what it is. It's the village, like you said earlier. And that village it's not just with us. And like was said earlier about Coach Adams, we also have people at home supporting us. The first time we will have an all-males team this year. For the first time, the Omega Gents will be setting it out.